What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I'm doing Laphroaig Select. Alright, that bad boy right there. This was sent to me by Praxis, which I got the cool opportunity to write down a quote or taste it first, then write down a quote and give them my opinion on it, which when I tasted it, the sweetness from the PX casks that are in this, as well as the smokiness, it was a really nice sweet and smoky punch in the grill. That's the way I described it, and that's what they put on a printout that I could stick onto the bottle, which I will. Obviously, I'm gonna buy a second bottle because, well, I can also just keep it on the empty. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but that'll be soon. So I'm gonna nose it, taste it, give it a mark. Now, this is taken from the quarter cask, the PX cask, as well as the triple wood. And some of the research that I've done on this also indicates that there probably is some 10-year-old in this as well. So some of the traditional 10-year-old Laphroaig. The nose on this is awesome. It's more tame than the quarter cask, in my opinion. The quarter cask is very medicinal, very rubbery, whereas this one is a lot more mellowed. You get that sweetness in the background from the PX cask as well. Let's see here. It's natural color, which is important. This one is not unchill filtered because it is bottled at 40%. So it's a little lighter than your usual Laphroaig. Okay, on the nose, the smoke, like I said, is very mild. You do get that PX hint in there. There's also a little bit of citrus in this as well. Some lemon, a little bit of that earthy note that you get from Laphroaig peat, but very light. It's smoky, like a campfire type smoke, caught at a distance though. Okay, on the palate, it's super smooth. It's got a nice briny bite to it. Honestly, if I had to pair this with something, I don't usually do whiskey food pairings, but this would be amazing with oysters. It's not overly sweet on the palate, but it's got a nice smoothness to it. That brine, less smoke on the palate, more of a brine, earthy note. Overall, that's really good stuff. I'm gonna give that an A-. The only reason it gets a lower mark for me is because it's a little too light. It kind of falls short with that 40%. But what I do think is that this is a good whiskey to start with if you're starting to branch out to the Islay peat. It's $79, so at the LCBO they tend to charge a little bit higher in price. You could probably get this out west for a lot less. I'm thinking around $60. In the US, you probably get this for around $40, $45, maybe even $50 tops. So not very expensive in my opinion. The price would be right. Compared to other Scotch in that vicinity, you're looking at around that price range. So price is fair. Ontario prices never are officially fair, but you know what I mean. Still, very nice stuff. One more taste. It sweetens up a little bit as you go along as well. So like I said, that's an A minus. It's approaching an A, all right? That's in the 80s for sure. It would get a higher mark if it was bottled at 46% for sure. Because it's 40%, I would say this is better for the new individual looking to branch out to Islay peat. Because it's very light on the peat side. It's a lighter whiskey, so it's a little bit more manageable for those who are new to peated whiskeys. I think that's a good whiskey. Like I said, A minus. A ton of awesome stuff coming up, guys. Honestly, I don't even know where to start. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. I have a lot of really cool whiskey coming up, so hope you guys stick around. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can also check out Snups, which is a really cool app where you get to share your collection, as well as Patreon. Okay, so I do have a few Patreons. I think I let all of my Patreons know that I will be sending them out this t-shirt, so they're giving me their size. I do have a giveaway coming up as well, and I'm deciding how I'm going to go about doing that. I'm going to talk to the guy who donated this bottle to the channel. His name is Bill, because we're going to see what the best way to do that giveaway is. Alright? Okay guys, thank you very much. Cheers.